exception or the rules. It's irrelevant. So now this young man came on stage and I asked him, and I tried my best to try to, I literally have to. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. This stupid argument, yes, it's extremely stupid. This stupid argument about exception versus the rule that manosphere students and echo chamberers tend to bring up when we're having real life conversations, I think it's time I debunk it. Don't you think? Right? Now, you're not stupid, right? But there's a good chance you're stuck in a stupid echo chamber somewhere, a subset of manosphere. Not the whole thing, but for the most part, from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's mostly stupid. I'm sorry, okay? Now, let's talk about it. Exception versus rule. A man, a grown man, okay, it's got to be at least over 21, which is a grown man, okay, came on a stage on Clubhouse and asked a question, asked a young lady, another young lady, and said, hey, do you think the society should be judged based off of exceptions or the rule? Now, just in case you don't know, some of us, right, when you say stupid shit like this, we can tell. We know exactly where you're coming from. We know you're coming from the echo chamber, okay? The manosphere, some of them, right? You repeat the same talking points over and over, and I'm going to be debunking them, okay, as we go along here, and you can go ahead and you call it what it is, but I'm hoping that you have your listening ears and you're ready to at least process what I'm trying to say, okay? Should the society be judged based off of rules versus exceptions? The young lady, an extremely wise young lady, said it should be on the exceptions. All right. Now, let's break this down. Now, he was shocked. He was completely shocked. He was like perplexed, because he thought he had a gotcha moment, right? But he was shocked. And wow. It's like no wonder the society is breaking down. The people that claim to be the leader are falling apart because they hear something that doesn't sound like a straight line, like a square. They forget that human beings are not, by the very nature of it, by the very nature of Mother Nature, is not a square. The feminine energy, the Mother Nature, is not a square. It's something you need to study and learn. And if you're going to bring structure, safety, security, masculine frame into the context, you need to understand this, because if you don't understand this, you will get in your feminine, you get offended, and you never get it because you're operating on a straight line. Okay, so here we go. Okay, even engineers, right, even project managers, even statisticians, right, is that a word? Mathematicians, right, they understand that they cannot neglect the exceptions. They understand that yes, we can make some assertions off of the rule, whatever the majority is, but they understand that just a little 5-10% exception can absolutely destroy the structure of a context. They understand that 5% can become a tipping point to change the dynamics of any ecosystem or any context, or the dimensions. They understand that. So as much as you like to show up and say you're the mathematician, you're the logical one, you fail the moment you bring that argument of rules versus exceptions into a romantic relationship, which by its very nature is chaotic. The idea of romantic relationship is that we're hoping that you're bringing some kind of masculine frame to add some structure to it, to make the feminine energy, whoever is carrying that, make them feel safe and secure, right? But you're busy getting in your feminine energy and you're calling it logic because you want to operate off of the 80%, 90% rule. You're thinking in straight line. You're thinking like a square. And this is why you struggle with women. This is why you're struggling with your romantic relationships. So that's one. So when the young lady says, you judge it based off of the exception, he was confused, didn't understand it. Like, listen, the majority is the majority. Yes, you can set some rules based on the rules, but you're not going to be stupid and pretend like the exception does not exist. Not especially if you're dealing with human beings. Wait, not especially if you're dealing with or woman as a man and you claim to be the leader. Wait. Not especially if you're dealing with a romantic relationship, which by its nature means you stuck your dick inside somebody, meaning you lost your frame for a second because you're in love, at least in that moment, right? Meaning you're at risk, right? You put your dick inside somebody's mouth. That means they can literally chop your shit off, right? And you claim to be in your logic. Can you come back from the cap? Can you come back into reality? The reality is that you fell in love. You were the simp that you like to accuse people of being. You were that Mr. Nice Guy and you are entitled as shit and you don't want to admit it. And you need to start admitting it because you haven't healed. That's the problem here. You have not really gone through the process that it takes to heal. You're not facing reality. You claim you got the red pill, but you're not facing the reality that the feminine energy don't give a shit about your feelings. And you're faced with the truth and you're having a hard time accepting the truth for what it is, right? So let's go back again. Is it the exception or the rules? It's irrelevant. So now this young man came on stage and I asked him and I tried my best to try to, I literally have to freaking almost goddamn simp to these motherfuckers, right? To get them to understand what I'm trying to say. And what I mean by that is I'm patient. Because honestly, I lose my patience sometimes. I'm human like everybody else, right? So, and I'm like, okay, wait, let me ask you a question. Because you already said the exception. He said, what do you think about the answer of the young lady? And then he goes into defense mode. What do I mean by defense mode? Okay, some of you don't get it when I say defense mode. Defense mode didn't mean I'm defensive. He didn't say that. He didn't say that in words. I'm talking about, because some of you, I need to spell it out for you, right? His energy showed the feminine energy. He lost his masculine frame. Instantly, he felt attacked, even though I tried my best. He read it as condescension. He read it as me being condescending, right? So, again, we're dealing with a serious problem in this society right now. Men need to step it up, right? Stop bringing the stupid manosphere talking point. Let's have a conversation. Ask more questions. Stop talking out of your ass. Ask more questions, because I'm asking questions as well. You need to do the same thing. All right, peace. But yes, you saw that video. Society will judge you off of everything, especially the exceptions. The blind spot, the one you're not paying attention to. Right? That's actually, as a man, you probably will be judged. Like, look at Will Smith. Majority of his life has walked that straight line. He has a moment of exception. He doesn't get to say, yeah, they judge me off of the majority. It's another stupid talking point. Stop saying that. Don't use that as defense anymore. You need to pay attention to the exceptions even more so, because guess what? You're always competing and your competition is paying attention to the exceptions. Okay? The person paying attention to the exception may be the person taking your woman next. All right, be guarded when it comes to this talking point. So that one is debunked. Don't bring it up again. If I hear it again, I will send you back to this video. Okay.